So it's the 28th of September. I'm down at Wheeler's Bay on the Isle of Wight. It's very murky and drizzly. Loads of hirundines just going through. They've stopped now, but heading that direction west. So having a quick look in the car park there. It's very drizzly. Ah, dearie me. Getting soaked now. Can't see the rain, but there's loads of it. I'm going to sit in the van, I think. This spot here always looks really promising. Just this little clump of sycamores, which is isolated. There's not much other habitat all around us. There's obviously some trees there down in Wheeler's Bay. It's only about an acre though of sycamores, and then they're pretty much isolated from others, so birds do tend to hang around here if there are any. So obviously over the last week there's been loads of American cripplers, Tennessee warblers and Canada warbler. The other thing I can't remember, of which there were two. Oh God, what are they? Can't remember. It's a Philadelphia vireo up north as well. The odd red-eyed vireo, well not the odd, there's been quite a few red-eyed vireos, and there were a little run of cliff swallows earlier. Don't often say that in the UK, we've never said that before in the UK. A little run of them, a little arrival of cliff swallows. That was a while before the arrival, about a week ago though, just preceded it. So Portland's had a red-eye vireo. I don't think there's been any others on the south coast. I think Cornwall's had one or two. Lundy I think's had one or two. I think Lundy's had at least two black and white warblers. May have had three actually. It's pretty unprecedented. So the point of all of that is where's the American crippler? Where's the Parula warbler? Northern Parula. Come on Undercliff. Come on Isle of Wight. Had red-eyed vireo here, not here, but in the Ventnor Botanical Gardens in 1995, and that's the only American land bird I found in the Undercliff. There was a junco a few years ago when the old great spotted cuckoo was here. Location wasn't disclosed, but it was somewhere in Ventnor. Come on Yellow Williams, tell us where it was. Pretty sure that's the guy that had it in the garden of a B&B he was staying in. Bit jammy. Right, all I can hear are great tits and robins. I had a goldcrest yesterday in the tamarisks at Dudley Road, which they've become incredibly scarce, for me at least, in the Undercliff. Last 3 or 4 years they've just been virtually non-existent. Well, you know, little gangs of 3 or 4 rather than gangs of 10s or more in tit flocks. Don't think there's anything in here. But it's good conditions for something. I mean, we've had another little gale. It was supposed to be a storm, proper storm, but it all went up past Ireland, so it's probably deposited a load more American stuff there. Although I don't think it was as exciting as the weather system that did actually produce loads of stuff 5 or 6 days ago. Right, the drizzle appears to have eased a bit, so I might have a quick walk. So yeah, the drizzle has now stopped. So I'm just going to have a quick look around the corner here into the sycamores at Wheeler's Bay. That I don't think anyone really looks in apart from me very occasionally. Just down over there, that clump there. Yeah, it's quite a strong wind. It's nice and sheltered. Hopefully the sound quality is okay. This is a tiny little clump here, but it does look rare to me. Got some tamarisks down there as well as sycamores, and this Not sure what this tree is. I ought to know. Swallows going through again. Going through in waves. So everything's coming from the west at the moment. So there's probably no point thinking about bluetail or anything like that. Although this always looks really good for red flanked bluetail to me. The old autumn robins love it down here, so on that basis bluetails ought to love it as well. Never had one. Don't think the Isle of Wight, no, I know the Isle of Wight hasn't had red flanked bluetail yet, but the, don't know, has Portland had one? It must have done by now. Really difficult to come by on the south coast for obvious reasons. Plenty of robins around. Go into the breeze a bit. I apologise for the breezy sound. Had Seren on this gravel. 2 wood pigeons today. Meadow pipits going over. Vismig should really start to rev up a bit. There was a nice siskin day, well, before the weather system went through, but apart from that it really hasn't got going properly. I think I might go and check over there, go and check Devonshire Terrace. Go back to the car. So I'm down at Dudley Road car park now. There's Wheelers Bay where I just was, just over there. Ventnor radar station. Oh yeah, I had a white-tailed eagle over here yesterday, over Ventnor Bay. Very, very difficult to see the Isle of Wight white-tailed eagles in Ventnor because they never come here. So it's only the 3rd time I've seen them, even though they're within 5 miles. So within 5 miles of here you see them all the time, constantly. But here, they're infrequent visitors. It was one of the adults as well. So one of the first lot that were released in the first year of the project. We're now in year 4 or 5, I think. None were released last year because of bird flu, but some more were released this year, which is good. See if there's anything down here. It's going to be very blowy around the corner, so may not do any recording. Blackbird down there, nice jumpy one. That'll be a migrant, I guess. Looks very alert. Yep. Down it goes. Do love this corner. One of these days. So there was another little wave of hirundines when I got out the van. It stopped again. There's the crows over there asking me why I haven't put their food out yet. I give them breakfast every morning. Oh, siskin. 2 over there. Flying west. Now come on, you can't say this isn't a good spot for a red-eyed vireo. Look at that. Elders covered in berries. The ivy doesn't have any berries yet, but the elders certainly do. The ivy's still flowering and covered in ivy bees and wasps and honeybees and that sort of stuff. Some more swallows. So when it really kicks off here, there'll just be hundreds, thousands of swallows streaming over. Either going east or west. They never really go out to sea here. I mean, they do feed out over the sea, but they don't really head south as such. Obviously the meadow pipits are coming in from the south, coming in off the sea. Here's the tamarisks. These are definitely going to get an American yellow warbler or something, or common yellow throat. Right, it's going to get windy now. It's actually not as stormy as I thought it might be. Be interesting to see if this weather system has deposited anything along the Irish coast at least. It was initially forecast possibly to come along the south coast, this storm from this former hurricane, but just swang north as they always do. Disappointing, really. I think any American land birds we get here are going to come off a boat. Boats come around the islands here from America and go round and go into the Solent that way to Southampton water. So I assume that's how the grosbeak got here, and the junco. I think there's been yellow-billed cuckoo at Old Park in the Undercliff back in the Dark Ages sort of thing. I assume that came off a boat as well, but you never know, so it's all legitimate vagrancy in my book, even if it is ship assisted. Okay, it's getting a bit blowy now, so I do apologise. Okay, I'm not going to go any further because I'll get blown off the cliff. It's not that windy, but more swallows going through. Well, hirundines, there were some house martins as well. Dunnocks having a punch up there. I think they were dunnocks. One of them could have been a robin, actually. Okay, what I might do is go and get a coffee and come back here in a couple of hours once things have brightened up a little bit. I assume we may get some sun today. Doesn't actually look that promising, but let's be optimistic. Because there's clearly not been a fresh arrival of philosks or anything. Unfortunately. Oh well. What am I up to today then? So my how to write a book on a smartphone book that I wrote on my smartphone is being reformatted. Oh, I think they were siskins. Didn't call. Yeah, I'm reformatting that today, so there'll be a refreshed version of it up on Amazon. Obviously, there's a link in the description below should you wish to buy a book about how to write a book on your iPhone or smartphone. Also perched down there. Nice brown blackbird. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing that today, probably refresh the cover as well. So I still haven't finished book number 7, but I'll probably work a bit on that today as well. As 2 blackbirds there. Yeah, I do need to get the 7th book published, really. No reason to delay. Dunnocks and blackbirds hopping about. Wood pigeons eating all the elderberries, which I want for the blackcaps and barred warblers and red-eyed vireos. There's something jumping around in there. Can't see it now. Oh, there it is. There it was anyway. Right, I really do need a coffee now, so ciao.